The Miami Heat don't usually do this, but in this year's NBA draft, they may have made a huge mistake. For years, it's been obvious that the Heat need a true center to pair with Bam. But for years, the Heat's philosophy has been the same: draft the best player available, which I get it, but that's led to a roster full of guards and forwards. And looking back at both of the NBA finals we've been in, lack of size and rebounding likely caused us the championship. Fast forward to this year's NBA draft, and we had the 15th pick. And most NBA fans and analysts agreed that the Heat were finally going to address their biggest concern and get a true center and draft Zach Edey. But with Zach Edey off the board, the Heat selected another 7-foot prospect, Khalil Ware. Now don't get me wrong, I don't hate this pick, and he's a pretty solid player with a good 3-point game. As a matter of fact, he checks off all the boxes. He has a good offensive game, good defender, he can rebound, and block shots. But there's one huge problem. At Oregon, he was labeled as lazy. Which is odd because Ware has all the talent, but isn't always locked in. And if you guys have been a Heat fan as long as me, this may remind you of Hassan Whiteside. If you guys remember, Whiteside was a tremendously gifted athlete, and when he was locked in, he was great. But it was well documented that he was lazy, and his conditioning was always in question, causing him to lose playing time to Bam, and ultimately why he was traded to Portland. This may not be a fair comparison as he's not played an NBA game yet, but for a player coming into the NBA who was labeled as lazy, it's never a good thing. But I will say one thing, the fact that his coach was there supporting him speaks volumes. And judging by how much he improved when he went to Indiana, coaching and culture makes a difference. And if there's one thing the Heat have, it's a winning culture. Like and follow for more content like this.